how to really establish constructive collaborations between different aesthetics. He's a pianist, producer. Please welcome Ingolv from Norway. It's a very international day today.
Just a second. For the volume, how do I change the volume up and down?
On our controller here.
Okay, super. Okay.
Is it over here though?
Yeah, I don't know what. Because it's different levels of the audio clips.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything will be fine.
Can you hear me if I talk like this? Okay, something up. My name is Ingolv from Norway. Worked a lot in the region. So today I will talk about how to develop a signature sound through intercultural collaborations. It's a lot of words. Well, what it means is I from Norway work with other people, other cultures, Thai, Cambodia, Lebanon, Palestine, and mix things together. Okay, I don't know this. My background is a freelance musician, arranger, teacher. But when I come to Cambodia in 2006, I decided to check out, I started composing. And then I wondered, do I have a signature sound? Do I have a personal sound? And what it is, if you can see this, number 2, an artistic personal expression. It's like not only copy, but make something unique. Come on. Okay. Just skip this one. So the research is something called artistic research. You make music, and then you analyze and write about it. I'm just skipping a couple of them. So it's concert and studio sessions that I work with. I analyze them. And then I work with digital tools, everything that's available, apps and Logic, Photos, whatever. So today I will present 3 cases. One with a Cambodian singer, what I worked with. She's a traditional singer, but I asked her to write lyrics on my songs in her language, based on what she feels. I also have it in Thai, but I didn't bring this. So let's just listen to a rehearsal. Anyway, yeah, that's right.
Maybe the assistant representation.
So after this rehearsal, I decided how do we can go in each direction. What instruments do I want to use, and how do I do this? So I write for classical strings. You have to write everything, but for Arabic instruments or traditional, you write one line, melodic line, and then they ornament this. Let's just listen to how it sounds on the concert. This is a live concert, which I also released as an album in Norway. something wrong with the sound now?
Yeah, we
None?
have time. I think
None?
it's quite good to solve that.
No.
And,
Can you just turn down the volume here?
Oh,
It's on max,
oh.
maximum. So if you turn it down,
no, I think it's,
where do we? I don't know this machine, so
Oh, this.
you understand?
Yeah, we can. Can
Come on.
can you get out of keynotes?
I don't know. So this is a new Mac.
Yeah, with the fruit company is quite.
Where is the
difficult to,
escape?
Can I check?
Okay, system preferences. No,
Not App
we need
Store.
to change
This one, when you just put this
Ah, look here.
the magic bar, the touch bar. Good. But have we? Yeah, try it again.
Yeah. So now it's much more quieter, yes. Great.
one, and then you can
You have to select the HDMI stand out, which instead because it's selected for the other output.
this is to reconnect it.
No, you select it in the sort
Sound.
of
Sound.
Matching to
Furnish.
headphone.
Headphones,
Oh, already.
okay. So it should be this line. You try it.
Can you turn? Anyway, you already heard it. So that was one version of the song. It's a lot of Arabic stuff into it as well. But due to, I forgot to take the time. Another example is an Arabic singer. I traveled to Lebanon, I worked there before. And she's an Arabic traditional singer. She sings in 25 languages. I asked her to meet me in studio, and like we sitting now talking, she asked, what should we do? I said, let's just play, improvise. So this is, when you collaboration, it's how to say, explain. When you work together, right? You just try to make something new, creative. And this time we were using it like improvisation. The other song I write, then send to singer. Melody already. Shall Okay. So this one is from a 20-minute improvisation. I cut this part. So when we rehearse, I just use this one, iTalk app, for recording it. That's what the sound quality is not good. But you can hear her ornaments, right? It's very different from the Cambodian one. And then I try to arrange it. We didn't know each other well, so I used this app, WhatsApp. You can send, like, record and talk. But that was not a good idea. I have 800 messages back and forth. Because when you don't know each other, you misunderstand, right? So, and we didn't have time to rehearse, only have 2 days. So she arrived jet lagged in the afternoon and was surprised about the arrangement. So she didn't actually listen to what I sent. Or it's about when you make something in your head, it's difficult for others to hear, okay? When you make in Logic with synthesizers or whatever, it's a sketch. It's something that maybe sound like when you come to an orchestra, but it's not always. So we remember this one, like, and then from the concert.
اللي يا حبيبي شو اللي جرى مش حاسس إنه القصة مغيرة قول بقلك بس يبدو إنك لا ترى قولك يا حبيبي القصة انتهت يا يا حبيبي شو اللي جرى مش حاسس إنه القصة مغيرة قول بقلك بس يبدو
So what you can hear in the background is Arabic traditional instruments, like this instrument part. Kanun, oud, usul. So, anyone speak Khmer or Arabic here? No? So didn't understand. When you listen to Thai song, you understand the lyric, right? Now you don't. So what do we listen to when we don't understand the lyric? The music, yeah, in her voice. And the ornamentation. So it's sound, right? It's not lyric. This is how I listen to all music. English, which I understand. I don't listen to, when I work with vocalists, I don't listen to the words. I have to read it. But for me, I respond when I play to her voice. I separate everything. So this is also how I listen to music. So now you're actually hearing perhaps some of how I do. So what I try to combine is many things, because I did many things because of growing up. So I try to make melodic lines. Clear melody from pop, right? Some jazz harmonies, but not really jazz. I like structure. I orchestrate from classical. And I mix Western and local instruments. But when I work with Arabic and Asian instruments, I write for the instruments. I try to respect the limitations. If something is wrong, I always ask the musician, is that okay? If they play P, Ranat, Gong, I ask, is it okay? Is it just new? Or is something wrong? Is it difficult? Shamai? It's how to respect musicians, because when I have good musicians, I want them to do solos, I want them to feel comfortable. As a composer, but also as a musician. You know, I think it makes better music when people actually feel like they are part of orchestra, not just hand the sheets, play this, please. No, wrong. Okay? So let's move on to the what I did in Thailand. I wrote this piece called Silk Road, and 1 year ago I did a workshop in Silpakon. And this is how it worked. You have Anand Makong. Maybe, could you take the volume? I can take down the volume here. It's a bit. Let's just listen to it. Do they have, you have equalizing? Or? All right. Wow. And then I had a live concert in Norway with Arabic musicians and a Norwegian band. Then it sounds like this. And strings from Istanbul in Turkey. Gidiyorum, yeah, no, sorry about the level. Just put it up. Huh? So you can hear there's a big difference in the sound, right? And then at CMAX, which we just finished, I did this live with other Thai traditional musicians. But I write a score, but only the P player he could read. So they don't want to play in a rehearsal. So they went home to him, and then they make an arrangement. I have no control. So then we test out, and then it became different because the melodic lines I give them, they change and they do something, and then this is how it went. But as a composer, you want to have a bit more control than this, right? But sometimes also you have to let loose and see where it goes. All right. And then you have P. P, like, it's not a very good sound, but what I do, I repeat the melody, right? It's only a theme going, but I variate the difference. And this is how the same thing works with Arabic strings. So this is from live. We did a concert, and I wanted to record the strings again, but I wanted Oriental strings, which is Arabic strings. So in Istanbul, I used, you know WhatsApp, you have a video function. They put this on record and put it here, and then I sang how I wanted it to the mixer, and he translated in Turkish into the studio. So, and I sing something, and then they hear it, and then they do a little bit different. But I like that when I deliver something to musicians, and I don't actually separate local instrument or guitar Western, because when I give them something, they adapt, change it, make it their own, deliver back. If I feel that it's, because they have their signature, or all you guys have some thoughts about what you want to play, right? How many play instruments here? Raise a hand. Nobody? Lane, don't try. Lane, don't try. No? Okay, whatever.
Everybody's a musician.
Huh?
Everybody's
Everyone's a musician. So you have opinions, right? So I don't want to be a conductor that just tell you what to do. When I work with someone, I want you to be a part. Then you have to make active choices. No, but no. All right. So this is a little bit of what I do. It's an ongoing process. I'm not finished. I used 12 years. So it's going really slow, you know. But I am going more and more into Thai traditional music now. And yeah, let's see how that develops. So to sum up, what I do is mix Asian, Arabic, European styles and try to make something new. Okay, thank you very much. Questions or everything is?
Thank you very much, Ingolv. That was a very interesting description of your process. I think you maybe talked about 4 different things here. You talked about how you establish a collaborative process, how you actually develop techniques or methods for communicating with musicians from other backgrounds. I really thought the part where you described the importance of melody, how we perceive melody when we don't pay attention to the semantic or the actual content of the lyrics. And then you briefly talked about how do we respect other traditions, how can we start merging, juxtaposing different styles, but still respecting the meaning of musical elements within the tradition you're borrowing from. So, are there any questions about anything you've heard through Ingolv's talk today? You can ask in Thai as well. We can translate. Or comments? Questions, comments? Monica?
Yes, you said the words don't play a role for you, they're not important.
Sorry?
You said the words are not important, the meaning of the word is not important, you just listen to the music, the expression.
It's important for some, but
Yeah, but you know, why have words at all? Why not have random syllables? So what is the function of the language then?
well, the function for the vocalist is that they express themselves in their language. So when I invite, like the Khmer singer or Arabic singer, they personalize this song by interpreting the melody and adding their own lyrics. So when they sing in their own language, they also bring their traditional music background and ornaments, which is a strong signature. So in that regard, you can't sing a melody instrumentally in that signature that they can imitate. I've done vocalize as well with them, but it's not the same at all because the language is a sound in itself.
Yes, of course.
So even though I don't, it's not that I don't care, but I don't listen to it in the same way as others. Cambodian audience feel strongly about this song because it's about feminism. It's about a woman that raises up and moves on. And it's quite serious. But for me, it's her response to the music I did, and whatever she chooses to write about, it's her choice. Hence the collaboration more than instruction, if that
You
was.
just provide translations. You know, and you think, well, what it comes down to is music is a universal language, so emotions can be understood. So if somebody thinks about feminism in Cambodia, and with emotion, I will necessarily get the same emotions.
No, but it's her emotional response. It's her choice.
Yeah, of course.
So you may perceive it differently, but as a listener. But she is an artist creating this one. You're a listener. I think that's a big difference, because this is an inside-out view of a project. This is not from a listener's angle. So what all you guys experience, could be individual, or I have no control over that. But that is not this project.
But in your experience, the audience reacts with sadness to a sad song and with happiness to a happy song between the cultures.
I think that's as many answers in how do you perceive English language if you're native ones. I mean, some don't like it, some do, or some think that the language is a problem when, if it's a bad poetic one, I mean, you obviously having trouble listening to the music behind it, I think.
It's a big topic, this, but if you look at how, for example, various countries in Europe borrowed from rock and roll and tried to adapt their own lyrics to pre-existing melodic shapes, it's also a way to trigger lyrical content. So now in Thailand, many people are copying soul and R&B melodies, and you have limitations due to the fact that this is a tonal language and there are only that many words you can fit within those tones. You know. So it's also an opportunity to come up with new lyrical content. Yes.
The other aspect that I think is really interesting, I don't know if anyone knows Cambodia Space Project.
Yes.
So this is a really interesting band.
Yeah.
And there's a new band from Texas, bizarrely, that plays old Thai kind of surf.
What are they called again?
I can't remember the names. Anyone know?
The
American Texas band that plays Thai music.
They played here last month, actually.
Yeah, they're really interesting.
They're
But
trio, I think.
what's great, yeah, trio. What's great about that is that actually they're kind of revealing that we have an obsession with the notion of the kind of clinically preserved traditional music. And actually, these guys are really interested in the pop music of like the 60s or the 70s. In the case of Cambodia Space Project, it's kind of 50s and 60s, isn't it? And it's very interesting because some of the traditional musicians I've had the fortune to play with actually sound much more like these guys than they do what we now hear on stages of traditional music. I was playing the other day on the street with a guy who was playing Ubon Ratchathani, I think.
Yes. Yeah,
Music
I
from
saw that
there.
clip you posted, yes.
And it was very interesting, you know, and because one club, JD said we should play at once. Yeah. Ah, that's great. Kruang Bin.
Cranberry, yes.
It's something aeroplanes.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're American. They don't have any Thai connection. But they're playing this kind of revived Thai pop music. So.
And also a lot of those people now replicate production techniques, because the technology is so good you can make things sound as retro, or that shade of retro as you would like, in a way that was impossible then. You can only produce one sound. Yes?
Hi, thanks for the presentation. I'm just going to pick up on what Dr. Herman mentioned about you not translating the lyrics from the singers. I'm curious about the audience perception. So you talk about signature sound, and would you give them a context of how to understand the music? they just go and have their own interpretation of the music?
Yeah, it's difficult for me to instruct the audience how they
Yeah, no,
gonna
I'm just-
think, but I asked the vocalist, which is not very good in English, to translate for me, and I asked other Cambodians to translate for me, and let's say it's really difficult to translate it. So I have the meaning, but it's not a good fit when you're trying to translate the meanings, because I had this project of trying to translate this because I thought it was a good idea, but after using a lot of time, I was asking myself, why? Why should I do that? Because it's so difficult. And is there a point?
Is it because your interest is more in the melodic structures and ornaments and shapes? Is that what you're really...
Yeah, my scope for this one, it's not the language, it's not the audience, it's from an inside. You look at the process from the inside. I give you an inside view into the studio, what's happening before you have the CD in your hand. That's this project. For later projects, I may pursue the effect of the language, but it's sort of a side, it's not sort of the primary here.
So the focus is more on the music instead
Yeah,
of the text.
Yeah, because some say, I also have this in Thai, which I didn't play today, but no, I have no control of what they did. Some like it, some don't. Some like the Cambodian version better because they don't understand the language of Thais. I have a professor analyze this. So I tried to check out, but in the end, there are no clear answers. It's not like I can present any foundings, because as, was it Kenneth today that said something about taste, aesthetics? It's difficult to discuss taste, right? Yeah, it's not difficult. I can do it, but I don't want to.
It's also difficult because there's a whole argument that taste essentially represents a lesser experience than beauty. You know, the Kantian argument, and that beauty actually is a universal thing. And if it's not universal, it's not beautiful. So that sort of sits against that taste argument, doesn't it? Really?
So I will address the aesthetics in my PhD in a longer, but yeah, hopefully not authenticity, because then it's really going downhill. But anyway.
So JD wants to know if everyone needs a break before we do the last one, or shall we just push through and get it done, and then you can all go home?
Who wants a break? You want a break?
Yeah,
I think a little break would be good, but make sure you all come back for this very colourful guest.
10 minutes and I'll play some guitar music.
Shall we say 10?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, coffee break.